Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. Had a good week, September 26th. We're going to review 0-day options today. I took on SPY in the small account challenge. Let's get into it. So Fridays are usually pretty trappy. Today was extra sketchy just because it's a pretty big range. It's deceptively large, almost 5 points. And so when you have that mixed with kind of a lot of inside candles and it not really going anywhere, yeah, contracts can get wrecked quick. So I did give some back today from yesterday, unfortunately. Had a nice trade this morning, like a perfect trade. I'm gonna show you guys, and then I traded it away with the rest of this crappy price action. So this morning, just go over that trade. So yeah, again, I didn't chart today. Just looked at SPY day trading charts. Link for his Discord in the description. It's Eric's Discord. So we just kind of grinded up today. We had five days this one, 5-day moving average, and 20 days down here. I think, yeah, we gapped up this morning and then I just started rallying right at the open. I started to have some tapering. I'll show you Emperor's chart here because I was looking at his as well as Eric's. This is Emperor's. So we've got magenta for the tapering, as well as this gold. Gold is kind of a buying channel, but it's just not as aggressive as this green. And then he doesn't have it marked on here, but that's 5-day right up there. So yeah, you can see my 5-day. And then on the 30-minute, I think it coincided also. Yeah, on the 30-minute, this is Eric's chart in the 30-minute. So it was basically up above here, above this red. And I didn't kind of expect it to really break out of it. I mean, I guess it could have, but that is just definitely a resistance. As you can see, it rejected it and ended up waking up there. So for that reason, as well as 5-day, as well as this tapering, it gave me a nice entry for puts for retracement, zone of mutual interest, whatever you want to call it. So I actually got puts right there also, right there where Emperor did. He got him. He always marks it later, but yeah, I was happy with that entry. And I sized down today. At least that was my plan. And I did most of the day really, but I was kind of getting further out of the money just because how today's range was bigger. And that kind of bit me, where contracts would end up, especially towards the end of the day, like they'd end up dropping 50% before it ever hit my stop. And I'm like, I just gotta get out of this. This is crazy. So yeah, you can see right here, I only got one put. I didn't do 3. Yeah, so it helps though with a smaller size. You have more capacity mentally to manage it. So sometimes smaller size will give you bigger gains than bigger size. And being early candles, that's why I only did one contract also. So I got it for 560 right at 10 o'clock. And I think there was data at 10 also. So I got it on that candle. So this wicked above 5-day. And then I got it here. My stop was just going to be 5-day basically if it holds above it. It came down, it held through all this. And I was trying to imagine if I had more than one contract, if I would have sold. And I probably would have sold here. At least one. Since I only had one, I just kept holding it. And this green line is resistance, was of course over here at that point. And then it hit VWAP, and I'm like, well, now it's broken magenta. And I considered actually adding once it broke magenta, but I didn't. I was like, I'll just leave it. If it retraced and maybe did some of that action, then maybe I would have added, but it just kind of kept going. And then it did this nice big candle. I'm like, oh. And then this one, and then this is actually where I closed it right here. So I'm happy with that. Happy with that exit, because that's right where it started to break the green, and it was at the bottom of that magenta. So it did end up completing the inverse cup and then some, but this was just much less aggressive selling. So it would have been good for a runner or something, but for me this was nice. And yeah, it sucks. I was up pretty good on that. Just that one trade, that one contract. It was 560, went up to 1350, so it was over 100%. Just right there. I mean, I got pretty fortunate with these candles just showing up right after that, and having them move all the way down and not just bouncing on magenta. But yeah, luck is preparation met with opportunity. and kind of showed up today. So happy about that. And then so I was like, all right, I just gotta take it easy. I'm green, and I did take it easy, but I still ended up red. Yeah, gave it all back and then went almost as red as I was green. So still up quite a bit from yesterday, but yeah, gave back a portion of that, unfortunately. Looks like Emperor got calls here. I didn't get that. I ended up trading too much towards the end there. Yeah. I don't know if I had any other green trades, honestly. They were pretty small, but they were like out of the money, so I was getting more contracts. Like right here, I had 8 contracts. Yeah, I don't even know if I had any other green ones. It was pretty trappy today. Even looking on their charts. Yeah. Once we saw this wedge here, I kind of stopped trading it. I don't know if I even tried to catch anything in here. I just got trapped in all this, actually. It's just like small little traps, you know, like I got puts here for the retracement trade at the top of the wedge, and then it just like breaks above it, and that's like 30 or 40%, like just right there. It's like, oh, that sucks. And then it's retesting it. So I think I actually flipped to calls, but I don't know. Maybe I stopped out of those too. I don't think I got whipsawed in there. I was trying to be very slow about entering trades. But even calls there, like, yeah, 2 candles and it's over. So yeah, I got traded a little bit too much here too. And today, kind of sucky. It's a Friday. I guess that's to be expected. Gotta go heavy on good price action when it's, you know, obvious setups. This one wasn't. I mean, it was nice because it was a pretty clear stop, but it was early candles, so probabilities maybe a little bit lower, and the distance of the move is not as, probability of that is also lower. Whereas it could have just, you know, come down here a little bit and then kept going. So yeah, I'm very happy though. I held that all the way to there, and it makes me want to try and implement that more, and I have more contracts. Just hold that first one, because when I have a few, I'm like, I can take some profit right now. There's a big red candle. So I didn't get that on the small account, unfortunately, just because, yeah, early candles, and it seemed a little more risky. On a small account, let me see. Let me review those. 1240. Yeah, I didn't do any trades till 1246, and it was puts at 1246. Yeah, so that was that one right there. Yep, opened it up, 35 cents, 1252. Yeah, I just got bad slipping on the exit on that candle. Closed it for 28 cents. So I don't know, 20% on that one. And then 246. Oh, that was a disgusting fill. 246. I was into puts. Is on the small account again. So it's the right idea. It's just lack of volume and continuation, as well as lack of selling or buying in a precision aggressive algo, which is what will kill you. Yeah, right here. So this was on, to me, we'd completed the cup. We have the magenta tapering, also this gold. So retested it, and I almost got it here. I considered it here, but I'm like, that's not great structure. I didn't, and then it ended up doing what I thought it might, or basically where I was going to trigger to get puts, breaking the magenta, at least for a move down here. It did end up doing it, but you see how it's just, yeah, not aggressive at all. So I got it on this candle, on the little retrace. Or no, wait. Yeah, I got it on this candle. But at some point on this candle, they were up like 25%. It happened so fast. Because that's what I was saying. The range was quite large. So it works against you and it works for you. 6, 2, 6, 1. Yeah, that's half a point just right there. And being towards the end of the day, it was, yeah. So I couldn't, I mean, I didn't, my first take profit was this line, so I didn't take it there. Anyways, then it bounced back up. I'm like, oh. So opened it up for 24 cents, closed the first one for 20 cents. Just trying to reduce my risk at, that was at 248. Yeah, that was on that candle. I was like, I'm just gonna close one. And then I'm like, wait, I should wait. If I'm looking at it without the lines, like this is still head and shoulder, even though it broke back up out of it. and it did sell. It was in the very weakest of selling, very much bulls controlling that selling, and just lack of continuation in overall Friday. And then I closed the other two at 256. So this was an ugly fill. Yeah, just on this candle right here, just from right there to right there, it went from 24 cents to 16. So almost half, almost 50% just right there. Now, yeah, if these were in the money, I'd gotten like, I don't know, 662s. These were 661s. So not too far out of the money, but they were in the money. Sure, they wouldn't decayed quite as much. But yeah, just those two, and it brought me down on the day. Unfortunately, gave back almost half of yesterday actually. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is a Friday. Yeah, just need to be more careful. I need to recognize the price action on a day like today. I was kind of noticing it, but I needed to even scale down more maybe, just because it's choppy and it's also kind of a big range with inside candles. It's a bit sketch. Big account fared a little better, even though it is red. Just over, because yesterday I was much more green on my big account than I was on the small account. This trade here this morning stoked me out, but yeah. And I pretty much was like, oh yeah, I'll just pretty much be done unless there's something good that sets up. And I was, you could tell I didn't do like, I guess I did some other trades, but it was pretty mellow. I wasn't doing a whole lot. And it was a big enough range today and choppy enough that it just chopped away them all. Gave them back. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We'll see you on Monday. Peace out.